Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome back to Tekpon. Today our guest is Daniel, the CEO at Warmy. Hello.
Nice to meet you, and I'm happy to be here.
Happy to have you. Please tell us what your company does.
We make sure that the emails are delivered to the inbox and not to the spam. A lot of companies sending emails, whether they are cold or marketing, and we make sure the emails are landing in the inbox and not in the spam. So this is what our company does.
Why should the companies use an email deliverability tool like yours?
Yeah, so every company today using emails for newsletters, for generating leads, affiliate marketing, and emails is whenever someone comes to the company, the first thing that the company does is creating an email account. So the number of users in email just growing, and it's super important to land in the inbox, because if the emails will land in the spam, nobody will see it. The emails, and nobody will react or click or reply or something. So this is
Absolutely.
super important. Yeah.
And how does it work? How does your tool work? How do you solve this problem?
Yeah, so first we analyze the deliverability. Whenever someone connects his email account, we analyze the current deliverability, how old is the domain, how old is the email account, whether there was before some complaints, the domain reputation, a lot of things, a lot of parameters. We analyze them. We decide the algorithms that we develop decides what should be the strategy to improve the reputation. And this is how it works. So everything is automated, and this is the brain and the algorithms that we developed. So it's like going to the doctor. You come to the doctor. There is analysis of what's going on, and then the solution, and everything is automated.
I understand. Thanks for sharing. And what do you say are the top features of the product?
Yeah, because emails, as I said, is a super widespread tool. So first we do that in more than 30 languages. So the solution is also fit for senders in more than 30 languages. Also, as I said, the algorithms that we developed. So it's like going to the doctor, and doctor give a treatment for each problem, which is also super important. You can. If from any industry, you can choose in what industry you want to solve the solution, whether it's in finance or marketing agency or whatever you want, and the solution is crafted for each user. This is what actually we developed, and it make a big impact on the deliverability of the emails.
Okay, and can you share with us the integrations?
Yeah, so we connect to any email provider. Some of them is one click, some of them are like with SMTP credentials, but we connect to every email provider that is out there, and we solve the problems.
That's great. What is the pricing for Warmy?
It depends on the usage, but it starts from $49 or even less, depends on the usage, and can go up. If you are a super heavy sender, it can go for a few thousand some of the time, but if you send cold emails, it can be a few tens of dollars.
Okay, and how many emails do you need to warm before starting an actual campaign?
Again, it depends on the usage. If you're a heavy sender, send millions, so you can use our tool. We can send today. We already can send more than 100,000 a month per account. So it's very robust. But again, it depends on the usage. We are very, very supportive. This is something we put a lot of time and effort and money in the support, in deliverability experts that you always can jump on a call with us. We're available some of the time 6 days a week, and you can always talk to us, because deliverability is not like only what we do. It's what you have in the past, what you write.
Yes,
many things. So this is why we try to help to our customers 360 degrees, because it's super important. It's not like what we do; it's a whole holistic solution. Yeah.
That's super appreciated. But I'm curious to know, from your perspective, how many cold emails can you send just from one address before it gets burned down? Before you can no longer use it?
There is no rule.
There's no...
There is no rule. It depends on the provider. We have users that send millions of months, meaning, I don't know, tens of thousands a day. It depends on what provider are you using, and what is your goal, and also how long, if you maintain a good reputation of your domain. If you send cold emails to relevant people, all of them will mark you as a spammer, and after a few days you can stop. But if you know to target the right people, you are sending a very personalized message and everything. It can last forever.
Thank you for sharing. And I'd love to know how competitive is your space and how do you differentiate from the rest of the tools?
Yeah, so as I said, we're unique for the heavy and the robust senders who want to send tens and thousands of millions of emails. So we are the only solution can send thousands of warm-up emails a day. We're super supportive about deliverability because, as I said, deliverability is a very, very unique specialization. And if you don't know, you will start to be frustrated. So we are super supportive. We have deliverability experts that you always can talk to us. The features that we have, you can choose the language in the language of the warm-up. You can add your template to the warm-up. You can choose the topic of the messages that will be sent, which is very helpful for deliverability from our research. We're about to release a few new features like warm-up with a specific provider. If you have a problem with a specific provider, we'll fix it. So we are very advanced. We are like a lot of engineers working only on deliverability, which is a very, very unique problem. And this is what we do.
That's amazing. And you also help people, let's say, with a human touch. So you're there for them.
Correct.
And you're helping every day.
Yeah.
So I think that's super important. I'm happy for you. I'd love to know more the story of the company and how you started it.
Yeah, to make it not so long, but we had a business before of physical products. We were selling in e-commerce. And we had a huge stock of the product that we were selling, and we wanted to sell it for physical stores in the US. So we was selling online. We want to switch to physical stores, and we started sending a lot of emails. I think it was 2016 or something like that. And we started sending a lot of emails, getting the data, email addresses, and then we understood there is a problem that called spam. Not all the emails went to the inbox, and we started to research everything, and we couldn't find a proper solution. So we developed me by myself, engineer, and spent more than 10 years in university, and then we developed something, for ourselves to send mass emails to stores in the US, and it should be automated, follow-ups, etc. We figure out there is a problem of deliverability, and we also developed a solution to ourselves because we couldn't find something. This is how everything started. Then we stopped selling we figure out that we're engineers, and we stopped selling the e-commerce, and we switched to a tech company that are doing, stuff like that.
So now you have Warmy, and you also have the other company that handles sending emails, right? If I understand correctly.
Yeah, so the second company is AnyBees, which at the very beginning everything was in one place, as I mentioned, how we started. So in one place you can send emails, the data and everything. But now with the world changes, etc. So right now AnyBees is as a complete SDR that you can hire, and it will make whatever the SDR does. And everything is automated. You don't need to write the messages. You don't need to do anything. It's multi-channel outreach without you doing anything. You just need to tell this SDR like you are hiring him. You will tell him who you are, what makes you different, and that's it. And who you want to target, obviously, in the US and that's it. And he starts working for you 24/7. He doesn't need to drink, days off, sick days, nothing. So this is what we do. Yeah.
Do you think that in the future this AI will replace completely people working in sales?
Definitely. I hear a lot of investors or smart people that kind of they feel the future, and doesn't mean they know what is the future, but they feel the future, and
Yes.
they say it in every single podcast or interview that this is the future. Like the AI will be right now as assistant, but very soon it can replace the job of people. So yeah.
Looking to how that will play. I was wondering how big is your team right now overall?
Almost 40 people.
Okay, that's awesome. And have you raised any funding, or did you just fund the business with the money from the e-commerce shop?
We are kind of bootstrapping. We had a very small pre-seed, but very, very small. But right now we're bootstrapping. Yeah.
What was your biggest challenge since starting the tech companies, Warmy and your other company?
The big challenges.
Yeah, the biggest challenges, or one mistake that you want to share, one learning.
Yeah, I think hire slow and fire fast. This is the yeah. So this
Something
when back then when we did e-commerce, there was no employees. Like we were like alone, only the founders. But then if you want to make something bigger, you need to hire, obviously. And when you don't have enough experience, so you hire very fast. But then you see it doesn't work. So I think it's not my takeaway. Obviously, it's from much more experienced and bigger businessmen than me. But I totally believe in it. So hire, slow, fire, fast. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
And smarter people. So smarter people always hire someone smarter than you. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. That's something to always remember.
Yeah.
Have in mind. I was wondering, how did you get your first customers?
The first customer, I think it was we launched a lifetime deal. I think I didn't know about it, but by mistake I heard that this is a good way to get the first customer. You sell something for a low price forever, and you can get the first customer, so they will give you the feedback, and this is how you can grow. I did tons of mistake there. I just went to some lifetime deal groups on Facebook and posted, okay, we have a lifetime deal on our website. You can go directly to our website and buy. And then they banned me because you cannot do like that. It doesn't work like that. You cannot post whatever you want. And it was a huge mistake. But there is no bad marketing, as I think. So everyone started talking about this stupid guy that thinks that he can do whatever he wants. But this is how we get our first customer. A few customers. So we sold the lifetime deals, but then growth hacking tactics, like obviously we sent cold emails, but a lot of things we did. Conferences also worked very well, and yeah.
Which channel would you say is the most successful today? Would you say is it cold email?
It depends. It depends for what business. It's very hard to say because, as I said, we are developing an SDR, and we see different businesses using it. So it depends. Cold emails doesn't work for every business. Obviously, it depends. I guess, and what I need to, if I need to categorize. So cold emails will work mostly for startups or innovative things. This is what I feel works the best, because when you send some cold email, it's really different. It's really different. It's you solve some pain. It can work. It's easier. But I think for agencies or something like that, I would say more conferences, build personal relationship and not like cold emails. This is just what I think. But yeah.
No, I totally agree with you. Thanks for sharing. I'd love to know the future vision for the company.
In terms of deliverability, we want to be, the strongest, as the biggest company in terms of email deliverability. It's a very small niche, and we just want to conquer this niche and to be, the only one biggest, the first choice for the deliverability, the people that want to solve deliverability in terms of the company of the generating leads. By the way, Warmy is inside also the product that the AI SDR. So we actually we have goals, and I think by 2024, by the end, we want to like people will hire 3,000 SDRs. This is our goal: 3,000 AI SDRs, and we're working hard to get it. So 3,000 people will be out there that are not real, but they're trying to generate leads. It's not like sending cold emails, but it's everything. It's like an SDR. So you also can post content. It can be in inbound. It can be outbound. Everything you can imagine, and
Well, looking forward to that. We'll need to follow you to see the updates because it sounds super interesting. Now, more on the personal side, I'd love to know how you started your career.
Yeah, so I'm from Israel, and in Israel we have to serve the military, or we can go to to a combat unit, or you can study and be an engineer in the military. I decided to be an engineer in the military. So I studied in the university, also served as an engineer in the military, developed a lot of cool things for the military. And I spent, as I said, 10 years in the university, different things, top universities in Israel, and this is how everything started in terms of my career. But then I decided that I wanted to do something by myself. This is why I went to the e-commerce world. Nothing to do with my studies, but I wanted to try something by myself, and this is how everything started. The e-commerce, I did a lot of mistakes, stupid things that if you look like you studied so much while you are doing e-commerce or selling stuff or from China, it seems weird, but I wanted to try, and and this is what I did, and it was hard at the beginning, but it's not so simple. It doesn't mean if you study 10 years, you know something. This is for sure. Nothing they teach in the university that can really help you to be a successful businessman. Yeah,
you needed to get your hands dirty and see exactly the processes and starting from scratch. So I think that was a good experience. I was wondering, what did you say? What's your best piece of advice for a starting founder, for a first-time entrepreneur?
I would say to learn how to sell, it will be the best skill, I think, or one of the founders should know how to sell. It's super important, because most of the tech founders, they're super smart. They have a lot of motivation, but they're struggling to sell. And me, I had the luck to work in a very, very aggressive sales. In Dead Sea, cosmetics, and I was selling, in the airport, but it's a very, very, hard sales because you need to push, and I didn't get salary, only for sales. If I didn't sell today, no money. So I was very lucky to learn it as well. I was doing it for 1 year, and I believe it helped me to do that. But otherwise, I don't think we will. We could make something. Yeah.
Of course. And I have one last question for you. What's your favorite SaaS product that you use apart from Warmy?
My favorite SaaS product?
Yes, something that you recommend to other people.
I think it depends on for what, but my favorite really is HubSpot. I think everything is amazing there. Super easy, and HubSpot is my ultimate. I try to do everything on HubSpot. So I think it's amazing SaaS product, and this is why I think they're already in 10 billion ARR or something, I don't know, or 100 million, something crazy,
Yes.
Great product. Everything is simple, and I love it. But this in terms of CRM, but there are a lot of great things, yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to mention today on the podcast?
I think for the founders, just to say something. So learn how to sell. I think before even you have something, it's better to learn to sell and to do that. And attending conferences can be super useful for startups and for any company. And never give up. Like startups is super hard. We're in the very beginning, yeah. So we're super small. It's nothing yet. So, but never give up. It's I think the best thing I can say. And yeah, if you want to consult about deliverability and know something, I will be very happy to talk.
You did great, Daniel. Thank you so much for joining the podcast. I'm grateful.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.